best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. It's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias Podcast with Lydell Dinero and Hugo Twilight.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and it's time for another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast. Man, am I pumped for today's episode. Hey, what's up, AKA?
What's cracking?
Hey, what's up, JohnnyMac650?
What's popping?
AKA Village Gym.
You know what it is.
What's up with y'all? How y'all feeling today?
Tired. I've been working in this game room.
Okay.
I feel. How's the game room coming? I heard you got your setup going. You got some important news to tell the Best of Bias family. Some updates on the streaming stuff.
Yeah, man. About to start streaming on Facebook gaming. So I went and bought me a PC the other day. So I'm getting all my shit together, getting the monitors all connected and everything, getting the stream set up. Got to get my layout together and everything. But it's coming together. It's coming together.
That's what I'm talking about. Good to hear. Good to hear. What's going on with you, AKA? You got anything going on right now? You back feeling better?
Okay. Hell no, but
Hell no.
They gave me some ibuprofen. That shit works sometimes, but still write music and shit.
Nice.
I have to get ready for a move, so
No, yeah, getting closer and closer, huh?
Yep, just shit and stuff.
Shit and stuff.
Yep, shit and stuff.
Okay. But without further ado, we got plenty of stuff to talk about today. We got some pop culture. Of course, we got some pop culture because we have to talk about the slap heard around the world. And also, the more important news in my eyes, anyways. MoonKnight. You know what I'm saying? Dropped today. We got the episode 1 review coming up. So it's going to be a beautiful episode of the Best of Bias podcast. You know what I'm saying? The Best of Bias bear up there. He loves it. You see those hearts in his eyes? Because he loves these pop culture and these episodic reviews. You know what I mean? So let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's start with this gosh darn slap. Who wants to take it? Who wants to explain the story? I know everybody saw it, heard about it out there, the Best of Bias world. It's kind of just waiting for us to talk about it. So actually, let me explain it. Fuck it. So basically, Chris Rock was up there on doing his thing on the Oscars. I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even watch the event. I kind of just heard about the slap, I guess, midway through the show, and I had to kind of see what was going on. So excuse me.
Oh yeah, we was playing Warzone when it happened.
Yeah, we was playing Warzone. So I guess Chris Rock was on stage giving a little monologue before he gave an award out for like one of the best documentaries for the Oscars or some shit like that. When he saw Jada Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith in the front row, he gave her a little jokey joke. He saw that her head was shaved. She had a new haircut and her head was shaved. A little backstory on that, Best of Bias listeners, if you didn't know, she's battling alopecia. And because of that, I guess that gives you kind of bald spots in your head. And rather than going through that in public embarrassment, she kind of went ahead and shaved her head down and kind of, let it all out there for the first time at the Oscars. And Chris Rock took the opportunity to make fun of her and let her know, took a little shot at her, saying, Jada Pinkett Smith, love you. G.I. Jane 2, when's it coming out? Because she was like in an all green dress and she was kind of bald. But after that, the crowd kind of took a little gasp. Will Smith laughed for a little bit, so I thought it was kind of like jokish. But all of a sudden, I guess Will Smith got up and went ahead and slapped Chris Rock in the face, walked up real smooth, slapped him in the face, and just walked off and sat down. And everybody was shocked. And Chris Rock responded, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. I think this is the biggest moment in TV history. It was crazy. He kind of went on and did his thing after. It was a little shook up after that, presenting the award and passing it over. But while Will Smith was sitting down, he was yelling, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." It was kind of crazy though, because at first everybody thought it was kind of a joke. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith is a jokester, never like gonna put his hands on anybody. But what was your reaction after seeing the slap, after hearing all the kerfuffle?
I thought it was fake. Still kind of do. I like seeing what's her name again? God damn it.
Lupita?
Yeah, she bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Lupita, right behind him.
Yeah.
Her weird shit on her head was awkward, but she pretty But I don't know. And then I guess people were saying like it seemed kind of real because of his after speech, how he was like all emotional and shit. And I don't know what the purpose of it was, but it just seemed like it was. I don't know. Both of their reactions were too stiff and like well like put together. I know they're both professionals, but that was like him being unprofessional. But it did look kind of like I don't know some movie-esque acted out shit, you know.
Yeah.
Even though he was saying, you know, keep my wife's name out your mouth, bullshit, and I don't know. It was weird because he laughed at it at first, and then like he
Yeah.
actually, I guess he looked at her
That's
and
what
then
got me.
seeing she was upset, and then reacted, which I'm like, wow, like is that the kind of control there is here?
Yeah. Out of nowhere. And out of nowhere. John, how do
Yeah.
you feel about it?
I was about to say the same thing, like, because he was laughing at first. He thought it was funny as hell at first. And then he looked over at her. He was like, oh, wait a minute, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Let me get on up here. Walk on up here real quick. So, I mean, but at first I thought it was fake just because at first I was like, Chris kind of like leaned into that motherfucker. Like, it looked for a minute when I first watched the video.
Yeah.
But
and the freeze frames and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it looked like he kind of like leaned into it and was like ready to brace himself for it. But then after I was like, nah, I don't know if it's real. I think
Especially because it's not like it's that big of a deal. It's like she's battling like the female version of like male pattern baldness or something like that, right?
Right.
Like alopecia don't do nothing but like make you have eczema in your head. So
it's
Right.
like she's not dying or anything.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
yeah.
It's like, but they make fun of balding dudes all the time, left and right. And so,
And do you think the joke was that bad? Anyways,
not
like
at all. He's calling her somebody who's inspirational. G.I. Jane, who was the first female, Navy SEAL.
mhm.
Yeah, what was wrong with that? I don't get it.
Right. Yeah. And I don't think it warranted getting slapped in the face. You know what I mean? It was just
I don't think it warranted anybody embarrassing themselves in this fucking public over the stage. That was stupid as fuck.
Wow.
it was the dumbest shit it was pretty
Oscars.
Yeah, pretty dumb. And for that to be the reason, like for Jada looking at him giving the stare means go up there and slap him in the face. Like what how is that a result? How is that the aftermath of, you know, what happened?
He even was giggling when he walked up after he smacked him. He's like,
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I thought it was fake. I was like,
yeah, that's the part of that why I thought that too. I was like, this nigga giggled after while he was walking away.
Yeah, he walked off all goofy, and even the way he was yelling from the table looked hella goofy. It's like it's a comedian. That's what he was a comedian, I guess, when he first came out as an actor, right? He should know what's going on. But I did hear back in 2016, everybody's talking about how when people were boycotting the Oscars, Chris Rock was actually hosting, and he had a couple of jokes for Jada Pinkett, and she was like, "Jada Pinkett's boycotting the Oscars. Why?" He was like, "That's like me boycotting Rihanna's panties." He's like, "I wasn't invited." Like, yeah. It's just a bunch of shit like that, and kind of was going at her for trying to like people were actually saying she was boycotting because Will wasn't up for an Oscar for a concussion or something like that. Yeah, that movie about CTE, that the doctor that brought light to CTE in the NFL. But yeah, so it's a lot of backstory, and I guess they had history. Some people were saying Will Smith spoke to Chris Rock and told him not to make any jokes about Jada before the show. That's a rumor in the air. Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's wild. I heard another rumor on the Joe Budden podcast that Will Smith is supposed to be on the next Red Table Talk. So I don't know if it's all actually fake. I don't know if it's a rollout for something. Chris Rock is going on tour. I saw that his ticket prices and the ticket sales rose dramatically after the slap as well. So it's a lot of fishiness going on to it. Who knows if these celebrities are actually mad at each other behind closed doors, or they're just trying to make it a bigger moment.
Chris would flame his ass up.
Right.
He said this shit. I really want to know what Chris was about to say, because he's like, no.
It was just wild. And it also seemed though like some of the actors there were kind of bigging up Will for slapping him in the face. You see that handshake that Samuel Jackson gave him while he was getting his award? He looked at him and was like, Like he was like, give it to me. I was waiting for somebody to slap the shit out of him for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and then Denzel Washington was kind of telling him shit. You know, trying to calm him down, Tyler Perry and everybody. It shouldn't have been that big of a situation. I feel like he should have said something to Chris behind closed doors. That would have been fine. But just to walk up on somebody on stage and just hit him on the face, like the fact that, I don't know, just because it's Will Smith.
You would imagine that they must know each other because it ain't too many black folks in Hollywood like that. So
Right.
like you would think they have more respect for each other than to hit them, to maybe just talk to him afterwards like, dude, you just cool it with the jokes of my wife, something like that. But to get up and do that right there, this dude is an adult with 3 kids.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I still can't understand the fact that you were the lady who slept with August Alsina or
Yeah.
I don't understand the dynamic of that and how that was excusable, but they figured something out. I don't know, but yeah, it's too many things going on. They need therapy, I think.
For sure. And he was actually Charlemagne, the guy, was kind of saying how he in his book was talking about how he was always feeling regret for how he didn't stick up for his mom when his dad would beat his mom. So he takes it really hard now when people try to make fun of Jada, and he's going to try to stick up for her as much as possible because he feels guilt for not doing it in the past and shit like that. But I don't know, man. I don't think anything really excuses that. You know what comedians do? He was hired to do that job. Give a couple jokes before he presented an award and keep it moving. The jokes, I don't know. Where was security at? That's why as a star now, you can't feel safe. Any comedian saying anything about anybody, how they're going to take these jobs if the stars can just get up and hit somebody when they feel like it.
Yeah, but God forbid, what if you have like a star who decides to go fucking, I don't know, school shooter or some shit?
Yeah, like you stab somebody or something.
Yeah.
One of these people can flip out one day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was wild. At the Oscars, it's like the highest of high award shows on TV. And yeah, he was able to go up and hit him in the face. It's wild. It's one thing protecting your wife and your wife's honor, but I feel like you could have easily just tapped him on the shoulder, said something in his ear off mic, and that would have been gangsta enough. You ain't got to go slap him in the face and embarrass yourself.
Would he have did that if that was The Rock up there and made that joke?
Right, or anybody. if that was Tony Rock, he wouldn't have done that shit. You know what I'm saying? Tony Rock would have went off on him. We was on the boat on the cruise.
Hell no, he wouldn't.
Yeah. Tony Rock was talking hella shit. I heard on the Breakfast Club that he was talking mess. He's like, nah, he don't accept apology. Chris didn't make no apology and nothing like that. He was kind of telling him like it's up, like we gonna see him again, type shit. And yeah, Chris Rock probably ain't like that, but Tony Rock is definitely about that smoke.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it's over. So Jaden better, get his karate skills back up because Tony Rock gonna be looking for the twos, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah. You guys still anything else you guys want to talk about the slap? I know everybody was waiting for us to hear. Some people in the fam have been waiting for us to talk about that on here. I wanted to hear our aspects of it. We can't forget, Jada, her honor, she has alopecia. She's sensitive about it. She could have been crying to him at home about the situation, and she's really sensitive, but I don't know.
I'm about to be real insensitive. She should have wear a fucking hat. No. I'm going to hell.
No.
One of them head wraps or something that they be wearing.
I'd have been dope.
One of the Erykah Badu.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's right out of Wakanda.
But yeah, so I'm sure Chris Rock has a bunch of material for his next stand-up or these coming shows. I think at one of his shows, he's going to be with Kevin Hart. So that's going to be a crazy show. Yeah. So get your tickets for that show, even though they went up sky high after this event. But let's get into some more of these rapid fire pop culture topics before we get into MoonKnight, because that's what we need to talk about the most. And I have a lot to talk about MoonKnight. So let's move right into, before we get to the more morbid stuff, let's talk about male birth control. The human trials are starting. They're going to have pills for males to take, so it's going to act as just like the women's birth control. I don't really know how it works in general, you know what I'm saying, because I'm not a woman, but it should work similarly for males, so they can just take a pill and just, I guess, have sex with women, nut inside of them, and it'd be okay. What do you guys feel about that?
I want them.
Ejaculate, I should have said. My bad, guys.
I want the pills. What they had.
You'll be the first human test subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they tested about me, but
your shit just shrivel up like this. Turn into like a
damn.
Yeah, you gonna be trials, man?
Not testing that. I'm not testing that.
I'll be the 30-second trial. Put me on the 30-second team. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait until after he tries it. He tries it. After it's perfected and it gets to me, I'm ready to try it.
Perfected. That's not trying it. That's when they put it out on the market then.
That's when you can see me fucking with it.
Exactly. Exactly. When my favorite celebrity out here endorsing it. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it in Nikola Jokic's hands. You know what I'm saying? Have him out here endorsing that shit, and then we got it. I'll get like 50 of them. But yeah, it's an interesting concept. I don't know why this man can't just wear condoms, but I feel that I get free.
I'm down with that because condoms bust sometimes. But you got
make impenetrable condoms.
You got to back up. Yeah, I seen some shit where they had like people like banging with like knives and. I don't know how much feeling
on a condom.
Yeah, but
I was say, hey, gonna be able to feel that.
Rewashable and reusable. Just perfect condom molds. You just put them in the dishwasher, and you can bring it back to your next party.
Boy, you wild.
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But anybody guys, any other thoughts on the male birth control? I know Ariel, you said you don't have no kids anyway, so that's gonna help for you.
I mean, I'm open to them, but if I had the option, nah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I feel it. Nah. All right. Well, moving on. A little bit more morbid, and it's about a kid, but it's not really a good thing. Rest in peace to this kid. I didn't really have his name. I should have wrote his name down. But a 14-year-old kid. That's probably why his name wasn't released, but I don't know. Maybe they do release a minor's name after they pass away tragically sometimes. But a kid in Florida died on a theme park ride. I don't remember exactly what it's called either, but it's like drop zone for all my Bay Area people out there. If you've been to Great America, any pretty much concept is at every theme park. Or one of those rides that go all the way up and drop straight down for no reason. And they go super high. This ride was as tall as the Empire State Building. And is a pretty big kid. I guess his harness wasn't fastened all the way. We don't know exactly what happened. They haven't released those details yet, but I'm assuming that's what happened. He was going up and he felt like his harness wasn't strapped all the way. And there are rumors of him telling people on the ride that if I don't make it, tell my mom and dad that I love them, before he actually went up and came down. And when he 14. Yeah, and when he did come down, he fell under the harness and he fell to his death. They took him to the hospital, but he died at the hospital. And I don't think he was from Florida, but he was going on like an amusement park tour in Florida, hitting all the parks and seeing how they were. And this is one of the ones he went to. It wasn't Disney World for sure, but it was some other Orlando theme park. So that's nuts. What do you guys think about that? I know you heard about that.
That's crazy. That's sad. But like, so I'm still kind of confused on how he came all the way down with the ride.
Yeah, and probably I think he slipped under the harnesses, because those kind of rides, they kind of go down like this. Mm-hmm. And if you're kind of bigger, you can't get pressed all the way down into the harness. That means it's a little bit looser down on your bottom side. So you're coming down hella fast, trajectory, you shoot down, you slide under the seat. You try to hold on, but you're going so fast, I think he just kind of slipped out of the bottom. Oh, crazy shit, man. I don't go on those type of rides. It could happen on any ride, honestly, but that is just some shit that you could never imagine. 14-year-old kid just trying to enjoy a theme park. Every kid's dream going to these theme parks, going on these thrill-seeking rides, and this one ended tragically.
Especially if you're going on a tour, so that means he really likes theme parks. And
right.
Really, you know what I'm saying?
And what a blessing is that, to be able to do that as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just to go to all the parks, Disney, you got Universal out there, just hitting this other theme park and shit just goes bad. You know what I'm saying? That's sad. You know, they had his dad talking.
I don't fuck with roller coasters, but
yeah.
God damn.
I do, but not those type too much.
Oh yeah. Give me a down, a corkscrew, maybe a loop-de-loop, and that's it. I don't need all that other shit no more. I know how inertia works. I know how my body works. I know how heavy I am. I'm good. I'll be winning a basketball, eating some chicken strips while y'all doing all that death
And a
defying.
funnel cake.
Yeah, funnel cake for sure. Give me an apple funnel cake with all that motherfucking whipped cream with that motherfucking caramel on top too.
Oh, what?
That motherfucking come on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Bust
Gotta try that one.
Bust it. But basically, rest in peace him, man. Be careful these theme park rides. If you're not into that shit, do not be thrill seekers. Stay in your lane, man. It's not, nerdy, cowardly to not go on those rides because you're taking a risk every time you get on them. And sometimes shit goes wrong. Rides get stuck, rides malfunction. I've seen shit get stuck upside down and shit like that. Yeah, exactly. I don't want that ever to happen to me. So I try to limit the amounts of. I love theme parks and shit like that, but I'll stick to the water rides and the games and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Go with the basketball.
You know what I'm saying? Dribble around the park, be all sick and shit. I hate cross people over in the theme park for no reason. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go to Six Flags though soon. Speaking of theme parks,
I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland in 2 weeks.
But Disneyland's cool though. You got all the chill rides in there. And all the cool
California Adventures and Universal Studios. Then we're going all 3.
Oh damn.
For my niece's birthday.
That's what's up. That is what's up. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the other tragedy we heard about some young kids, man, playing with guns.
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, a 12-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy, they're cousins. Where I don't know if they're shooting on the phone or anything like that. Was it on live? It was on live. Yeah.
It was on live. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 12-year-old girl was playing with the gun and accidentally shot her 14-year-old cousin who was recording the video. And then she dropped the gun, I guess, and picked up the gun by the barrel, being scared, and actually shot herself in the head with the gun as she picked it up by the barrel, which was crazily tragic. It's I can't even describe in words how I would feel as a parent. I saw. Yeah.
They're trying to open a door and they couldn't because the bodies were in front of the door. That shit was crazy.
Oh my goodness. That is tough to even think about.
Wow.
And try to explain. Go ahead.
When they were able to actually get enough in so they can look and see, they just kind of broke. They couldn't even push the door open enough because it was already over. They can tell, So you can just hear them moaning and yelling and shit out there because they all knew what happened.
Yeah. Damn, and it was on live. That's so crazy. That is crazy. And just imagine being the cousin's mom responsible for watching the other cousin, explaining that to their mom.
Oh yeah,
that is crazy, man. If you have guns out there, lock them things up, hide them, bury them, put a code, magic spell, all that shit. Make sure it's away from these kids because they be trying to get them and shoot these videos, be cool online, and shit like this can actually happen. And that's sad as fuck for 12 and 14-year-old. All this life we're talking about being lost, not even 15, 16 years old. So much more life to live. Yeah. So not shouts out, but prayers out to them and their families, man. Golly, a lot of morbidity. I don't even know if that's a word. A lot of morbid topics we're talking about right now. Let's move on to something a little lighter. Actually, this is not really light. We're gonna stay in that lane. Actually, sorry, listeners. If your hearts are a little sad and dragging on the floor right now, they can go up a little bit, but not as high. Queens in New York, pizzeria owner and his son stopped a woman from being attacked by 3 muggers. I don't know if they're mugging her as much as it is being some more Asian hate being displayed around the world now. They were beating her up, actually stabbing her and trying to still, rob her. The pizzeria owner and his son came out and actually subdued 2 of the guys, held them down until the cops came, but they were stabbed a whole bunch of times. The dad was stabbed 9 times and the son was stabbed as well, puncturing his lung. But they were able to hold the assailants down, the fucking people down until the cops came. And they saved the woman's life, but they're all stabbed up in the hospital now. And they started a GoFundMe for their hospital bills and for the restaurant because they're in the hospital and not able to run the restaurant right now. Crazy shit. How do you guys feel about that?
That's crazy, but I hope they get some a lot of donations to the GoFundMe to help them with them bills, because that's crazy shit right there, and they deserve it. Because to be able to do that, that's
yeah. One of them got away, and those guys are probably going to be doing serious time for definitely stabbing three people total. They're probably going to give up that third guy. He probably going to be in jail too. So hopefully all of them get caught. And that's some fucking crazy shit.
And that's what sucks about working at a pizza place. They only got those round blades. They ain't got the pointy blades, so they can't really defend themselves.
This nigga here.
No, yeah, but shit, I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to that. But hey, but they did. I mean, they had that strength though. They held him down.
That's what I'm saying. Like getting stabbed up and still holding that 2 motherfuckers down.
Yeah, they could. Yeah. If they'd have had some, actual proper equipment, it'd have been a wrap. They just stab back. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next topic. What else we got? Anti-lynching bill passed Tuesday, making lynching of any kind of hate crime. So we talked about it a little bit before on the podcast, how it was, thinking about getting passed. It officially got passed Tuesday, which is kind of nuts because I don't want to laugh, but it's like that shows how far we still have to go in this country because lynching just got fucking signed and made a
question.
Yeah.
Good question. And not even trying to be funny, but when they say lynching of any kind is a hate crime, does that include like suicide? I'm just saying, like, because people hang themselves a lot, and that's technically lynching.
I think they'll be. I think that's for Jesus to decide at that point.
Okay. Yeah, because there ain't gonna be no case against nobody for that, right?
Yeah. Even though I feel like
the perpetrator. I mean.
Yeah. I don't know, but you got to ask Biden, write a letter or some shit. But he'll probably got that answer for you. But yeah, Joe Byron. But yeah, the bill was passed. I really appreciate that bill being passed, but I think there's some more prevalent stuff that's going on here in 2022 that we need help getting passed rather than something that should have been passed a long time ago. Right? So there's still Charlamagne, I'm going to reiterate some stuff that he said on the Breakfast Club, because though he said it's stuff that does need to be mentioned. Joe Biden, the George Floyd amendment that they're supposed to pass in the government, where you can't no chokeholds and shit like that. That's supposed to be brought to the table and passed. And Voting Rights Act is supposed to be passed, making it easier for people of color to vote and have access to voting. But they haven't really pushed those across, but they went ahead and tried to, do stuff like anti-lynching and give us gas cards and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like we have a long way to go, but maybe we'll get more stuff done like that. That's prevalent to now done in like 2035.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. But it's a step in the right direction. A really good step in the right direction. Shouts out to them for that. And I think that's all we got for pop culture. You know what I'm saying?
Poppity pop.
You know what I'm saying? We can get into this MoonKnight. But before that, I want to ask you a little bit about, I'm gonna jump back to the Will Smith stuff, because I want to ask you a little bit. Do you think it tarnished his legacy at all by him going up there and slapping Chris Rock like that?
A little bit. It's definitely an L. Definitely an L.
Yeah. Overall.
I think like the whole situation, like that tarnished his image. It was kind of like I think he was more of a role model prior to the August Alstina thing, and then after that, most guys aren't gonna want to be a dude who represents someone who got cheated on, took her back. But after that, everything else is kind of just a little bit adding on to it. And then like the fact that they put their relationship out there publicly anyways, they're gonna get scrutinized for everything that she says. So
right.
I feel like she letting it all out on her little red paper talk.
So, yeah,
Right.
like,
And I think Will Smith is also at this point in his career actually just made this transition to being more transparent and being more accessible, because a lot of big stars like Will Smith weren't really on Instagram at first, weren't really into the
Yeah.
social media, getting themselves out there because they didn't want people to know that much about them. But now Will Smith has became that, and he is more accessible, and people are knowing about his life because one, Jada's letting him in, and also Will Smith is letting them see everything. I don't know. It's just kind of exposing him because a lot of the shit that he does on his social media is kind of grandiose, hella like climbing buildings in Abu Dhabi, doing the most extravagant shit, and it's not really relatable. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of seems like kind of out of touch, untouchable, and regular people issues and family issues like this don't really touch him. So seeing him having to deal with that in the public eye, being a regular, celebrity instead of the superstar celebrity, kind of showing that he's not really ready for that yet. And I think it's time for him to go back into the tuck for a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Especially after this, man.
Or I can see him having a
He
video.
need to go on Red Table Talk. Stay up off of there. Stay off of there, Will.
That's been the majority of the issue. I mean, pretty much for them. Like, it's kind of like he's becoming less of a role model because of that.
Yeah.
She doesn't see it, but she doesn't like certain little things that she portrays about him kind of like just demasculates him, or emasculates on that.
Right. I feel like he kind of at a certain point they were kind of trying to become a version of the Kardashians, you know what I'm saying? Especially after the Jordan Woods situation happened with Tristan. She went to Red Table Talk and they're like, yeah, Jordan is our niece. So this shouldn't be happening to her. And they kind of like pit up the Smiths against the Kardashians for a little bit. And that's when Red Table Talk got really popular. And this is when Will got really popular. So they became their own version of the reality, superstar family that was in the spotlight. So, I mean, we get to see now that how well Kim Kardashian and them were able to navigate that shit, because Will Smith just took a G.I. Jane joke to go up there and slap Chris Rock. The Kardashians been getting that shit forever.
Boy,
yeah,
they get it every single day still.
Yeah, and you guys hear Jim Carrey on Gail? Yeah, that's my birthday brother, so I got to mention what he say. He was he was just taking the comedian stance, basically. He was like, that was disgusting in Hollywood, giving him a standing ovation for, doing that shit this shows how spineless Hollywood is. And it kind of destroys the art of comedy because now it sets a bad precedent. I don't think he said this part. I think it might be just kind of like, putting together, like paraphrase. But he's saying that like, he can't, he shouldn't be, praised for that, because you can't just go assault a man. This is his job, basically what we were kind of saying before.
Yeah.
And it's kind of disgusting. And then Hollywood's just kind of praising him for it, and that he didn't like it. And he loves Will Smith. It's just like he's not going to stand for that, especially as a comedian.
We said he also be suing for like $200 million or something.
Oh yeah, he did. He's like, yeah, if I was Chris, he would, because Chris is not pressing charges. And he said if he hit me, I would definitely be pressing charges, suing him for $200 million if he hit me. And that's probably why he didn't go hit a white comedian, because he knew that would happen.
Well, yeah. He ain't that stupid.
Right. So so if there was backstory of him telling Chris Rock that he shouldn't tell any jokes about Jada, then that's for sure. I guess he might have deserved that slap. And that's why he went.
Yeah, if he did go talk to him before and tell him not to make no jokes about it,
yeah,
then Chris fucked up.
Yeah, and he deserved that slap. And he knew it was
coming. I don't
coming.
believe that he really had that conversation with him before.
Right, I don't believe that either.
When did you have the time to have a conversation with that?
Yeah, I don't think Chris really had alopecia. I mean, Chris.
I don't think you do either.
I was listening to what AKA was saying, and I fucked up. But I mean, I don't think Chris Rock knew that Jada had alopecia, so I don't think the joke was actually getting at her like that. But
yeah.
Let's wrap that up. We're gonna do a commercial break right now. Get rehydrated, get everything back in order, and we'll get into that MoonKnight. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a whole segment and have a fresh, some fresh time to go through that thing thoroughly. So let's get a commercial break in. Yeah, I'm saying fresh clock. We'll be right back. It's the Best of Bias Podcast, AKA Johnny Mac, and your boy Lydell Dinero. But first and foremost, I want to let y'all see this merch here we got going for the Best of Bias podcast. I told you guys that I had something special on the way for y'all. Hats, bucket hats, all that kind of stuff. And as you can see, what I got on my head right now is the Best of Bias trucker. You see the logo on top. Nice little thing. I got trucker hats, beanies, bucket hats, dad hats, all with the logo on them. Let me show you. You know what? Let me show it. It's better to show.
PC equipped with a couple of psychos, PC we roll with a couple of crazies. Those that are pull the heat and have you pushing the daisies. Couple of psychos, PC we roll with a couple of crazies. Those that'll leave you stiff and ain't no ifs, ands, and maybes. Start running.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Best of Bias podcast, where everything is greater if you're not a hater. No, I'm just kidding. We're back to talk about some MoonKnight. Dropped today, guys. The last couple episodes, we're telling you how excited we were to talk about this, man. And I'm super excited you guys watched it. I watched it twice already. How many times did you watch it?
Twice.
So once down there. All right, we're gonna get right into it. You know how we started. We're not gonna give no overviews. We're just gonna talk about it. Jump in and talk about your initial thoughts, AKA what you thinking.
I thought it was interesting. I liked the story. I liked the level of they didn't put a ton of action in there. It was more so just like this one part of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fact that it's not an origin. It's kind of like starting where he's already
in the middle.
Yeah, he's already doing whatever he's doing, and it seems like whatever this alter ego is just too damn curious right now, and it's popping up at the wrong fucking times because he really was popping up the worst fucking times. This motherfucker waving and motherfuckers and shit.
Like when his jaw was broke, he just woke up with his jaw broke.
Oh yeah, I guess he fell from that window.
Yeah.
And the fact his shit healed hella quick. So that was also
he snapped that shit back in place. Maybe it was just like dislocated or some shit, and he just popped.
Nah, that shit healed because he was that character wouldn't be able to do that himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously, yeah. And John, I can't hear you if you're talking. You were talking. I couldn't hear what you were saying. He was saying something. He was doing something with his jaw, and I was like, for our audio listeners, he was kind of gesturing. Nah, we can't. But yeah, it was really interesting. Because me personally, I read the backstory. I know he has 4 different personalities, so they're only showing you kind of 1.5 right now. Maybe I guess 2 if you include the 2 halves. Because
my question is Mark Spector in the MoonKnight that's in the costume the same character?
No. So MoonKnight's a 4th personality.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
you have Mark Spector, you have him as Stephen Grant, and there's one more cab driver named Jake Lockley. So he's and there's 3 different personalities. He uses Mark Spector. He's like a Marine ex-mercenary type dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty much hella raw at being a mercenary. And then you have in the comic, Stephen Grant is a billionaire. He's not just like a person that works at a museum. So I don't know if that actually happens a little later. He becomes a billionaire, and they'll show it happen in the show.
Yeah.
But that personality of his is a billionaire and pretty much the financier of all his like costumes and equipments and shit like that. He pays for all that shit as that personality. And then he uses the personality of Jake Lockley as a cab driver to be kind of like a street level guy working as a cab driver to talk to his informants and get info on the street level crime that's going on. But he fully goes into those characters and doesn't really remember shit, as you see in this.
So,
hear me now?
Yeah,
we can hear you. But maybe like the fact that he doesn't need the money for the costume and shit anymore because he's like Spawn now. Basically, the way they're making it, where like he can just transform into the fucking suit and whoop ass. which I thought that's what it was like in the comic too.
No, it is. He has like his equipment though. It's like Batman type equipment. He builds his like moon crescent things that he throws. He builds all those things. So his equipment, his suit is actually like kind of like sentient, but his equipment he makes himself. And like in his vehicles and shit, he has to make himself and shit like that as well.
Oh, okay.
I think he has like like he's pretty much kind of like Batman when it comes to the vehicles. He has all the shit that Batman has, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty dope.
Maybe Stephen Grant will get rich then. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying now. It's interesting seeing him like that at the museum. What about your first reactions, John? How'd you feel about it? Have you known anything about Moon Knight coming in?
No, I didn't. I didn't know anything. Like, I didn't read the comics or anything. I remember I told you, when you sent me the trailer, I was like, damn, this shit look good. I had never even heard about it until then. But but I was saying when you said about my jaw, I was like, on that part happened, I was sitting there doing like this with my jaw when he was fixing his shit.
Yeah,
I was like, God damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, Oscar Isaac is doing a great job acting and going between both personalities, putting on the accent, taking it off when he looks at himself in the reflection. Yeah, and him and the disorder that he has is called dissociative identity disorder. So he goes fully into these different personalities. So you see him during the actual episode when shit hits the fan and he's getting attacked and waking up in these other places. He's actually
I might have a small case of that.
He's actually turning into the Moon Knight and Mark. I don't know if he's actually turned into Mark Spector or the Moon Knight. You know what I'm saying? Or if he needs to be Mark Spector to turn into the Moon Knight.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. I thought they were like both the same. Like it was just Mark Spector's skill in the Moon Knight suit.
It might
that's
be
what I was thinking.
Because when he became the Moon Knight, little backstory on him. While he was Mark Spector, he was like kind of like a mercenary for hire. And he was going on like this kind of tomb raid mission in the desert, and this fool got shot. Well, basically, one of the guys that was with him killed the head archaeologist, and then Mark Spector tried to like, stand up to the guy, punch him in the face or whatever. Then the dude like mortally wounded him and left him in the desert under Khonshu's statue. And then Khonshu came down and actually revived him and kind of made like a Ghost Rider deal with him. Give me your soul or whatever, do whatever I say to you, and I give you these powers and I revive you. But he doesn't really remember all that shit. He thinks it's a dream all the time because he has that disorder. You know what I mean? Yeah, so he doesn't remember any of that shit. That's why he keeps going in and out of being like Steven and Mark, and he puts all that sand and shit and locks himself up or to a post and shit because he doesn't know who the fuck he's gonna be or where he goes or what he does.
It's a super red flag. That's what he said.
Yeah. It was hella fun.
It'd be funny. Like, what if, like, since now Stephen Grant becomes cognizant of like what's going on, they're like, all right. Well, here we have a shit ton of money stored away. Go live at this big ass mansion and shit like that, and run this business or some shit. Because
he gets pretty much wealthy from gambling, and that's how he's able to have a cover as a billionaire. So I don't know, maybe he goes to casino, gets hella rich or some shit like that, and goes under the guise as a billionaire or some shit like that. It's going to be interesting to see because they got to do all this shit in 6 episodes. So it's crazy. How'd you guys feel about Kevin Bacon being the main villain and his fucking powers and shit? How'd you guys feel about him?
I mean, it was all right. It wasn't bad. He came across as like not too villainous, but like his whole little organization was weird, but
hella weird.
You can understand it because there's been shit like that. I mean, you had fucking Jim Jones and I can't think of other ones, but I'm sure the other motherfuckers who had like cult leaders who
Charles Manson, there you go. His was more like on the sneak up and stab you in your bed, but Jim Jones actually had like motherfuckers with assault rifles killing people and shit. Damn.
And making them drink poisonous fucking Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I think it was Kool-Aid. That's why people say that's where that saying "don't drink the Kool-Aid" came from. Yeah.
But it didn't matter if you didn't; it would just smoke your ass. So.
Oh god.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see him in a Marvel movie or Marvel picture. We got to see it was another Marvel villain that had like bad intentions, but the intentions weren't all bad. He just wanted to kill people before they did anything bad if they knew they were going to do anything bad in the future.
I didn't know he was about to drop old lady like that.
Yeah, he killed her.
What's that movie called again? With fucking Tom Cruise? with the things that can
Which
see
one?
the future. Ever?
Think they can see the future.
Yeah,
Oblivion?
the fuck. Remember he had like God damn it. It was like the precogs. They can like see what like if you're gonna do a crime, so they would arrest people before they even did the crime.
Minority Report.
Minority Report, that one. That's
Yeah.
pretty much that's what he was kind of doing with that. Like she was like, I've been good my whole life, and he was like, it must have been something from the future you're gonna do. I was like, God damn. So
I'm not feeling.
you gotta sit there. You gotta sit there and think. Yeah, I know I've been good, but would I do some fuck? Yeah, I would do some fuck shit.
And he even brought it out. He was like, "Yeah, what would you do if you could, kill the first Hitler before he was created, or stop the Armenian genocide or some shit like that? Would you do it?" And that's what the powers that he has can do. And I'm like, there you go, another fucking villain in Marvel that has kind of bad intentions, but you kind of feel where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? But it was very interesting to see. And man, Stephen Grant the character was really funny to me because, he was like kind of like well put together, kind of like a nerdy guy, but inside you can tell he's hella lonely. He knows that he can't really be friends with anybody or get a girlfriend because he don't even know where he'd be going at nighttime. He got to be locked up to a pole. And the whole mom thing was kind of weird. His mom never answers the phone. Like, got hella postcards from me. He's always leaving messages. Later, Gators. Later, Gators. That shit is hella funny. But hella postcards. Like, who is that actually coming from is really interesting.
It's Mark Grant's probably sent it to him. Shit.
Yeah.
Mark Spector.
Yeah, Mark Spector. Yeah. It's really interesting. It's going to be like a lot of stuff that they're going to reveal over time. Just like the little thing when he bumped into his table at the end, which led him to find his cell phone, which led him to figure out that he was Mark because, all the contacts in the phone had one person. And then you see that one number, DeChamp or whatever in there. Yeah. That in the comics, that's his friend that he meets when he's like a hitman or a mercenary for hire. His name is Frenchie DeChamp or whatever. And he was with him when he went on that archaeological mission and he got shot and killed and laid under the statue and shit like that. So that's why his contact is like his best friend. So I don't know when they're going to introduce him, but I'm sure he'll call that contact eventually. And we'll get to see.
He'd probably be dead already. He said he got shot and killed.
No, they didn't kill him. They didn't kill him in the comic. They kept him alive. They shot Mark Spector because he tried to attack the guy that killed the archaeologist. The archaeologist's daughter lived because the guy was going to kill her, and that's why he actually punched the dude. But it ended up becoming his girlfriend in the future. And it's kind of fucked up because a lot of his backstory, a lot of Moon Knight's backstory, you can tell why this fool is kind of crazy. Fucking his girlfriend got murdered by his brother. Yeah, with a hatchet. Because she was gonna uncover that he was like undercover, like a weapons dealer, and he didn't want it to get out, so he killed her with a hatchet. And then in retaliation, he tried to kill his brother with a grenade, and he thought he blew him up, but he didn't end up blowing him up, and he ended up becoming one of his villains called Hatchet Man.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had a whole bunch of like villains I wrote down that were fucking crazy as fuck. Bushman, the guy that actually killed him, how he became Moon Knight. He has a villain named the Slasher, who's a slasher known by going around killing homeless men. He just goes and kills them in efforts to find his father for some reason. And then he also pretty much has inner beef all the time in the comic with Khonshu. Khonshu tries to trick him into doing shit for him that he doesn't want to do. And I feel like Khonshu actually becomes his enemy at one point. Spoiler alert. I don't know if that's going to actually happen in the show either. So it's a lot of shit that happens in the comics. This fool, like I said, is crazy. He goes in between these personalities. You'll have hella panels of him as Mark Spector, and then you'll see hella panels as him as Jake Lockley talking, and then you'll see little panels of him talking to himself as Moon Knight and Khonshu. It's just crazy. So you'll see how back and forth this shit goes and how kind of convoluted it gets, but it's dope. I love it. I love the costume. The end when the costume came out and you actually got to see how it comes out.
When he said, "Let me save us."
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
The next thing you see the fucking werewolf, where the fuck that thing was, like trying to crawl away like it was scared.
Yeah. It threw the sink out there, you see it hit the wall, and you see it crawling back, and he just punches that shit like hella times.
Immediately let that motherfucker have it.
I love the outfit.
that's supposed to be Werewolf by Night, which is where he comes from. Apparently, that's what it's supposed to be. But Werewolf, the comic book, it was one called Werewolf by Night, not Night, and that's where Moon Knight first appeared. It was on that comic, but apparently that's who they were speculating. That's who that is. I don't know who that's what they're gonna make happen, but
that is one of the stories in this comic. I actually read that today on his wiki, that he was paid by an organization to go hunt that guy and bring him back. And the intentions were to go and make his sister into another werewolf too, and they're gonna control the two werewolves to do whatever they wanted. And he figured that out and decided not to bring in the werewolf guy and shit like that. So that is actually one of the stories in his backstory. So maybe they'll do something with that too. There's so much shit they can do, but only in 6 episodes, it's gonna be fucking weird as fuck.
Yeah. They're kind of long, but maybe they'll like make some of them longer. I don't know. Hopefully.
It didn't seem long though. They had 8 minutes of credits.
I was about to say, I always thought I had a good 10 minutes left and that shit ended.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, that was
like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
Because like you said, they didn't show much of him in the costume. So they showed him battling. I liked it because it showed how badass Moon Knight is when he goes into the Mark Spector Moon Knight kind of phase. But I hated how 1 second he was in trouble and then he woke up and it was over. And they didn't show exactly how it happened.
Yeah, and you would think, I was thinking like for the first time they show him going into the fucking Moon Knight thing, you would like have like a dope ass like cinematic or something like that. But instead it was like interrupted by the fucking thing jumping on top of him. So it was like, okay.
Yeah. So you need to see really much anything. I think it's kind of drawing you in. But I did see that it was the highest rated first episode for any of the Disney Plus Marvel TV shows. Got a 9.1 Rotten Tomatoes rating. Making it one of the highest of all. I thought it was pretty dope, man. I thought
it was a good first episode.
It was really good, actually. Just from
out
the
of
little
all
things
of them that we've watched, I think it's been one of my favorite first episodes of most of them.
Like just like the little things. The part where he was talking about Avatar, he was talking about the blue people. He was like, no, not that Avatar. He was like, anime.
That shit be dying.
That shit was hella funny. And then when he got caught by the people in the little group, everybody took a knee. He was like, I'm from London. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but it was just Mark Spector. I mean, not Mark Spector. What's his fucking name? Steven Grant is just hella funny, even though he's just sound like it's just weird. And my thing was, I got a little confused. A part I got confused on. If it wasn't him asking the girl on the date, how come him as Mark Spector missed the date? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? If he didn't make the date,
maybe because of him waking up, he might have fucked it up somehow.
Even Mark Spector was like, "Fuck, I'm not gonna make the date." You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. Yeah, because he did make the date as Mark, and he's like, "All right, man, I'm gonna be there." If he's trying to make the moves, and he actually would just go to the date unless he had to do some Moon Knight shit. You know, which Spider-Man. What happens to Spider-Man a lot?
Maybe him waking up fucked it up, messed up his plans, I guess. It was like because he woke up, put a detour in what his actual plot was, and he had to then save his dumb ass, and then he missed it.
Man, the thing was just jumping all over the place sometimes. You know that elevator scene when he was seeing Khonshu come at him, and he was in there tripping, and then he wakes up on the bus. I'm like,
yeah, it was weird.
I'm like, if this really happens to him like this, that's probably the worst thing in the world to have.
Like butterfly effect shit.
Right, you wake up in this weird ass country with your jaw broken, driving a car all recklessly, then you just gonna wake up randomly in your bed again, just chilling. And then your house starts shaking, you think it's real, run to an elevator, have some weird shit happen to you, and you just wake up on a bus. And that boss, oh my God, that Donna lady, I wouldn't let her get on me like that.
You know as fuck.
Yeah, I would have recorded her talking shit like that in my pocket or something like that, and sent that to somebody or put it online like that. She was talking big shit. I'm like, boy, what is wrong with this lady? I would have went off on her a long time ago. It's like, bitch, you know you ugly, right? Sorry, my bad. That would have killed her. That would have killed her because everything she was saying to him, calling him a loser, giving him inventory, talking shit to him just for existing. This shit was wild.
If you did that, then you'd have been wrong. Oh my God, he called me ugly. Like you said, hella fucked up shit. But that doesn't mean you have to call her ugly.
Call me ugly every day. You talk shit about me every day. Yeah. You talking about I can't have a promotion, can't be a tour guide. I know everything about this museum, everything. He knew that what do they call it? The what was the group of 9 gods?
I
The
forgot what he said.
and
the
Enneads or something like that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it was 9 guys. They only had 7. He knew hella shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is interesting though, because when he did get judged by dude, he said there's chaos in you. And I think that is like supposed to be Khonshu, the god. He's the moon god. So I think Khonshu is going to get introduced, and you're going to see kind of how mischievous he actually is.
But then they say Khonshu's actually not even that god. He's actually faking. He's not really.
Yeah. And that
He's
I forgot about that.
He's a more powerful god, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm starting to remember a lot. This shit goes deep. This shit goes deep. Moon Knight's actually for sure one of my favorite characters, and he actually is super OP. It's just that drawback is that DID, that disorder that he has, because that shit would be crazy to have as a superhero. Just be OP as a superhero and just not know.
You know, it's funny because they have like all these guys now they're introducing, and you know, Thor. They've already confirmed that Christian Bale's going to play what's his name again? Something the God Killer, the God Slayer. That one fucking character, you know who he is?
I remember them talking about it. I don't remember the name though.
He's some character that has like this sword. It's kind of like it's kind of made from the same thing as Venom symbiote, but he basically kills
I know
God.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know. I know what you're talking about now. Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if like they're gonna bring that up at all. He said no.
He said I don't.
You don't. His name is Gore the God Slayer. I think his name.
There you go. For sure. But yeah, there's a lot of places this shit can go, man. I'm excited to see where it goes next Wednesday, y'all. Anything else we missing in this episode? It was a lot happened, but not a lot happened at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Kind of just like introductory episode. He's already Moon Knight, so I think we're going to see a lot of stuff happen. Maybe some flashbacks, maybe some stuff that actually happens, because I don't think it's such an abstract character. I don't think everybody knows exactly how it happened. So I could sense some flashbacks happen in probably episode 2 and 3, and then 4, 5, and 6 kind of go up from there. But yeah, you guys are in for a blazer, man. I was super stoked to talk about this episode. I'm happy it came out, man. Moon Knight out here. Did you guys talk about the outfit already? How the cape connects to the hood and has like a hood and a
the outfit is clean.
That shit is so tight. That shit and it gives me Spawn vibes, and that's what makes him even more OP. He's a mercenary with a symbiote, the kind of like a sentient suit with Batman vehicles. It's just too much. And the payroll of a Bruce Wayne. Oh man. It's gonna go.
I want to see how much money can you actually win from fucking gambling. I want to see that.
Shit, as the Moon Knight, who knows? And who knows what that little scarab beetle thing is gonna do?
But that shit made me want to watch The Mummy.
Yeah, for sure. That's my fave. Yeah, Mummy.
I'm about to watch that tonight for sure.
I'm about to go fucking try to find that Funko Pop of Rick O'Connell. I got the Emotep Funko Pop from The Mummy, so I need Rick O'Connell and his girl. Now I have the full collection, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, I guess we done with that. You guys want to rank it? As far as you guys, is Marvel Plus again? I said it again. Disney Plus and Marvel first episodes. Do you think it's the best one out of all of the shows you've seen so far?
First episodes, I don't know, because
you got WandaVision, Loki. I think the number one.
I don't remember the first episodes that well.
Well, I know. Falcon and Winter Soldier started off with a bang.
Yeah, that was about to say that was my favorite first episode. I think was Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah. I think this might be my second.
WandaVision was
it was kind of slow, a little slow.
Loki was okay.
Loki kind of left you wondering. That shit was like, fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I need to rewatch Loki again.
Loki was great.
Shit. Yeah.
And introducing Kang the Conqueror, it's gonna be. Yes, it'd be perfect. But yeah, for me, this is pretty top 2. I would put Falcon Winter Soldier up there for sure. What else was there? I forgot what else there was. What if they just had a Captain
Carter?
Captain Carter, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first one. That was pretty cool too. But yeah, I don't really know what else there was, but it is up there. And I heard there actually was delays on She-Hulk too. People aren't really liking it too much. She-Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not really anything of important. But that wraps up the TV show review. Are you guys gonna go see Morbius on Friday?
Not on Friday, but
probably eventually.
I'm probably gonna see it. Yeah.
I maybe see it on Saturday in matinee.
I'll go see Batman, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. See how you like that. Batman's pretty dope. Yeah, Batman's pretty dope.
I haven't seen that yet either.
Just pretty clean. But yeah, I guess that ends that. But Best of Bias listeners, if you have any comments you want to share, go ahead and drop that, in the Instagram, on the YouTube, right under there, and let us know how you felt about the episode. Don't be afraid to reach out on Twitter either. You know what I'm saying? We out there active with that shit too. But you know what time it is in the episode. It's part of the episode where I like to let the audience know where they can find our guests at. Who wants to start and letting them know what's going on? AKA, I know yours are short and sweet.
Yeah, Akio Young, IG. Go find Pretty Ugly Music on all platforms that has music, I think. You can find my shit PC. Hey, John, have you listened to that shit? I bet you haven't, huh?
Listen to what?
He got a mixtape.
Yours?
Him and Chris got a mixtape, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, you don't be watching the episodes then. See, you said I'm playing, but yeah, you can go find the music on there. Working on a couple more songs. I'm not making the beats on these ones though. It's just beats that we randomly picked. And yeah,
you bought them?
No, we just randomly picked them. Fucking, I ain't paying for no shit, bro. I'm just gonna some random shit and then spit over it. But nah, just basically seeing what I can do lyrically, getting better, having fun.
Bigger and better every time. You said last time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You better say that statement again, let them know.
Yeah, bigger and better every time.
Bigger and better every time.
Vagina.
Bigger and better every time.
Okay.
So all right. How about you, Johnny Mac? How where can they find you at?
JohnnyMac650 on Instagram and on Facebook. You're gonna be able to find me now at Village Gym Gaming. That's where I'm gonna be streaming at. Page. I just made the page last night, but I still got to set it up and everything. It's under construction still, so you'll be able to find me there soon. So stay tuned for updates on that. But as for now, catch me on Instagram, JohnnyMac650. All
right, for sure. And holla at him in the in the comments down below. Also, if you need to know anything about where you can find him at, any inquiries, hit him up on the Snapchat, or did you say Snapchat? Instagram, and wherever you find Village Gym Gaming. Go comment on there. Give them a follow because shit's coming. Big shit's coming. 2K, Warzone, WWE 2K22, 23, 24, whatever comes out, right? Am I right? Am I on the right track?
And that GTA role play.
Oh, yeah. And that GTA Online. You know what I'm saying? I get how that sounds better. Yeah. But yeah. You know where you can find your boy at. It's your boy SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. You can find the podcast, bestofbias.com. Check it out there, man. New website coming soon. I'm gonna be working on that this weekend. Also with the Shopify coming up soon. Because you see the merch here. I know you see the merch here, there. And you're gonna get a beanie too. Beanie on the way, man, I swear. Gray beanie, you said?
Yes, sir.
Got it. More inventory coming for the Best of Bias hats. I just ordered some more hats, more colors for the springtime, more dad hats, more bucket hats, and more beanies too. So we got plenty of truckers still left. So hit me up on the DMs if you need it. Like I said, I'm gonna get a Shopify up soon, get a little website coming soon. Episode, I don't know, AKA we need to do this Friday or Saturday. I know Deshaun has been talking about this anime episode, and I really want to talk some anime and top fights, top animes, top story arcs, like all that shit. We're gonna get into all that, and I think we're talking some gaming too as well. Also, what else are we gonna talk about? Oh yeah, I got some merch ideas coming. Merch ideas. I'm getting with the artist that helped us create I forgot, Young Jackson, Arts by Jackson. I think that's what it is. Well, I'll get you the name so you can plug him down here for us, AKA. But he's gonna come up with the idea for us. We're gonna get a Best of Bias shirt with some anime collab. You know what I'm saying? Anime drawing. He gonna get that blown up for us, and we're gonna have some anime. But I'm not. Hey, You heard it here first. So we'll give you a sneak peek soon. It's in the works. But plenty of merch. That's all I'm saying. Check it out. Hit me up if you need some. But the podcast, you can find it on YouTube, of course. AKA does a great job putting these videos together, putting them up for us, getting all these promos together. So thank him for all the visual beautifulness you're seeing right now. For our audio listeners, you can find us on YouTube. That's the Bias Podcast. We need more subscribers. So come follow, like, subscribe, share, hit that bell so you know every time the podcast drops and all that jazz. But for now, we are to the end, my friends. And this is where I like to say, where is my theme song today? Hey, AKA, please send me some beats too soon, because I'm feeling like musically inclined. So I'm feeling I'm feeling like stepping out of retirement for a song or two.
Hey, Pat, I actually might need you to make my intro for my stream.
Okay, I'll think about something. Maybe me and AK can put some classic
both
together.
Both of y'all put something together for me.
Make some classic work. But yeah, for sure, we'll definitely get some collabs going, get you on here to promote your gaming a lot more, and anything else any of you guys got going, because it's all love. Best of Bias, baby, is a platform for all the family to get hype and some. You going to sleep over there?
Me?
Oh yeah, I was looking at you, but never mind. But this is where my theme song at. I'm gonna let y'all go. Enjoy y'all night. Go hug somebody today. Where my theme song at? It's right here.
It's the best of Bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of Bias. Your best of Bias. It's the best of Bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias Podcast.